Hello everybody, my name's Jade and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you an original book tag. So the intro for this video is going to be short, sweet, and to the point because I really want to get into this tag for you guys. This tag is going to be based off of movies, specifically catchphrases within movies that you may or may not know where they came from, and the questions are going to be from a variety of different movie genres so that it can appeal to everyone who watches. There's going to be 8 questions to do altogether, and the format for them is going to tell you a movie, a catchphrase from that specific movie, and then a question in relation to both of those. I'll tag some people at the end to do this, but of course this is open to everyone who wants to do it, so I hope you guys enjoy my answers and enjoy the tag, so let's just jump in. So question number 1 is going to be from the movie Scarface, and it's going to be, say hello to my little friend. So for this question, the question is going to be, name a book that you originally underestimated but ended up blowing you away at the end. For this one, I'm going to include a graphic novel, and I'm going to say The Sculptor by Scott McCloud. It is a pretty lengthy literary graphic novel, and it blew away all my expectations that I had of it in the beginning. I figured it was going to be like a man facing death, but it was going to be a little bit more cliche, but it really had some deep and interesting thoughts about the topics that it covered, and the ending actually made me really sad, but it was amazing, and it was one that I originally underestimated, so I thought it'd be appropriate for this question. Question number 2 is going to be based off of The Wizard of Oz and the catchphrase, "There's no place like home." So for this question, name a book or series that gives you feelings of nostalgia whenever you hear about it or pick it up. For this one, I'm going to say the Series of Unfortunate Events series by Lemony Snicket. I mainly say this one because not only was this the longest series I completed from start to finish growing up, but it reminds me of my mother's home, and I discussed this with her in great detail when I was growing up because I was so excited getting through the books and reading them and talking to someone about it. So this one really reminds me of home, even though the setting and the characters are nothing like my experiences growing up. So yeah, I'll say this one for this answer. Question number 3 is going to be based off of the Star Wars series and the catchphrase, "May the Force be with you." So name a book or series that you think you'd have to wish someone luck for if they decided to get into it. And for this one, I'm going to say the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. The first reason I'd say that is because they are super chunky books and they're all over 400 plus pages each. And then the second reason is that the ratings for that series are all over the place. I find that the majority of the people who do talk about this book tend to not like the first one, so ACOTAR, that much, but when they get into ACOMAF, so A Court of Mist and Fury, they love it. So with the third one coming out soon, I'm like, how is this gonna go? Where's it gonna be on the spectrum? So I'm wishing everyone luck that decides to get into the series because it is such a roller coaster, and that's really all that needs to be said about that. Question number 4 is going to be based off of A Few Good Men, and the catchphrase is, "You can't handle the truth." The question for this one is going to be, name a series finale that surprised you for better or worse. And for this one, I'm going to say Allegiant by Veronica Roth. And I don't really want to get into why I thought it was a surprising series finale, even though I thought it was on the worst side of things, but it's talked about enough on BookTube. People will understand without me saying anything why I think it's a bad series finale, but that's all I'm going to say about it. It was just bad. Question number 5 is based off of the movie Taxi Driver and the catchphrase, "You talking to me?" And for this question, name a sassy character that you can't help but love. And for this one, I'm going to say Victor from Vicious because there was so much wrong with Victor and he was very sassy at times. But I still loved him anyway. He was just a wonderful character to read about, and I was rooting for him right up until the end. So I would definitely say him for this one. He was just awesome. Question number 6 is going to be based off of The Dark Knight and the catchphrase, "Why so serious?" For this question, it's going to be, name a book character that took themselves way too seriously. For this one, I'm going to say Audrey Rose, and she is from Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. So, as the title implies, she's looking for Jack the Ripper, a serial killer, right? Here is the problem. She would go out to look for Jack the Ripper without telling anyone where she was going, without bringing anyone with her as a backup, and without bringing anything to defend herself like weapons or whatever, what have you. So she would go and do that. She'd get herself into trouble and come home, and people would be like, you know what, you need to take a step back and like protect your safety. And she wouldn't understand where they were coming from, be like, well, I don't need to be protected by no man and like pushing feminism in your face. but she was going against common sense, and it was so frustrating to the point where her love interest called her out on her plans making no sense, saying, you know what, these plans don't have any common sense. I don't understand what you're doing. And she would go do it anyway. She just took her abilities way too seriously and could not handle criticism whatsoever. Question number 7 is going to be based off of the movie Finding Nemo and the catchphrase, just keep swimming. So the question is, name a book that you almost DNF'd, but you pushed through and finished it anyway. For my answer, I'm going to say An Abundance of Catherines by John Green, because there was so much wrong with this book, and I really wanted to just like toss it across the room and not finish it because I was so frustrated. I kind of have a thing with myself where I need to finish every book that I pick up so I can say it's good or bad from beginning to end and have, like, in my mind, like a proper review for it. So I almost did that. I almost DNF'd it, but I kept swimming and I finished it, and there was so much regret. It was just bad. And finally, question number 8 is going to be based off of the Sauce Saga and the catchphrase, I want to play a game. For this question, name a book or a series that totally toyed with your emotions. For this one, I'm going to say The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, because even though I watched the movie beforehand and the narrator gives you spoilers, it wrecked me in the best way possible, and I loved it for that. It was so much great character development and relationship buildup. It's just, the ending was absolutely heartbreaking, and it was just such a great read. It most definitely toyed with all of my emotions, all of my feely bits, all of them. So that concludes my list of answers for this original tag. Unfortunately, I haven't come up with a name for it yet, but when I upload it, that's when you will see the tag name. So if you want to do it, feel free to do it. I'll tag you right now. You're good to go. Just go do it. But I'm going to tag some specific people down in the description. They're going to be from all sorts of different subscriber counts, and some of them are going to be pretty far reaching, but hopefully it gets to all of you and that you enjoyed the questions and want to do it. If you do film a video for this, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to see them. It would be super cool, and I'd love to hear all your responses. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!